One card at a time can really change the way we live.
Alright, so we're going to make this gift card holder, and the nice thing about this holder is you can actually get 2 gift card holders out of 1 sheet of cardstock. And I'm going to show you now how to cut your cardstock so that you know how to do that. So I'm going to bring in the Stampin' Trimmer, and by the way, we're using the Everything is Rosy Product Medley, okay? And it's right here. You can find it in my online store. It's item number 150059, and it includes a ton of product. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in my Night of Navy cardstock, and I'm gonna swing this arm out because I am going to need it. And we want to cut our cardstock at 7.5 inches, okay? All right, you know what, before we do that, we're gonna score. All right, so let's do that first. Actually, no, let's cut first. So 7.5, I'm sorry, I just need to make up my mind what I wanna do. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so now our cardstock is measuring 7.5 inches by 11 inches, okay? All right, now we're going to score along the 7.5 inch side. So I am going to bring in my scoring blade here. This is the lighter color, okay? And we're going to score at 2 inches. So I'm going to put it on that 2-inch line and score, okay? And then we're going to score at 5.5 inches. And because this is cardstock, I'm actually being a little heavy-handed with the scoring blade, okay? Now, if you were scoring designer paper, you want to go lighter with the scoring blade so that you don't tear the designer paper, okay? All right, so now we're gonna rotate our cardstock along the 11-inch side, and we're going to cut it at 5.5 inches. And you're going to see now that we have 2 gift card holders just like that, okay? So that's how you cut it. And you'll be able to make 2 at one time. All right, so the next thing we'll bring in are the materials for it. And I'm reaching here for that. All right. And you're going to want to cut some more cardstock as well as designer paper, okay? So let me give you the measurements. Excuse my reach. I'm going to give you the measurements for this cardstock. And by the way, if you were in Hostess Club, it is on your sheet. All right, so you're cutting your Melon Mambo cardstock at 5 3/8 of an inch. And I am just going to put that closer to the camera. This is 5 1/4. This is 5 1/2. And this right here is 5 3/8, okay? And then you're going to cut it at 1 7/8, which is right there. Now you do need 2 of these, okay, in Melon Mambo. And then you're going to want to cut some of the Everything is Rosy designer paper. And you'll cut this at 5 1/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. And both of these pieces are the very same size, okay? So now what we'll do is we'll use the snail, and we'll go ahead and attach it to the Melon Mambo cardstock. And if everybody hangs around until the end, I am going to give you a sneak peek of this year's In Color Share Box, okay? So you don't want to miss it. I'm super excited about the colors and everything that is included. All right, so this is the other piece, and I'm just going to center it. And now I'm actually ready to add it to the gift card. And so I'm going to fold along my score lines and fold again. And again, they're 2 inches on, the top and the bottom, so it's exactly the same. All right, so more snail. And then after this is done, we can do some embellishing. All right, so I am going to add this and center it. There we go. And then you're gonna go over here and do the very same thing. Hey, Terry, thanks for joining me. I'm so glad you commented. Terry, I've got the In Color Share box with me tonight. So at the very end of this video, I'm gonna give everybody a sneak peek. All right, so let's go ahead and get this centered. And now both of these are done, okay? Now I've decided that I'd like this to be the top of my gift card holder and this to be the bottom. And if you prefer, you can certainly turn it around, okay? It's your preference. You are going to need the 1-inch circle punch. And by the way, ladies, you can share this video while we're doing this live broadcast. Okay, so I'm just gonna eye this. I'm not going to measure, and I'm going to insert that 1-inch punch, and I am going to punch. And you can see that I only went about halfway down, and I'll show you why in just a second. Okay, I just went through 3 pieces of paper, and so that's why I had to, I needed my muscles for that, that's for sure. Okay, so here's that 1/2 inch, well, it's a 1-inch circle punch that we use, but we only did half of it. And when you close it, this is covered up, okay? Now, if you were to punch a little bit lower, it would show, but the belly band will cover that up. So either way, you're gonna be fine. Mary Kay, I'm sorry you weren't at Hostess Club either. We missed you guys and everybody wanted to know where you were. Okay, so now we're gonna get the tear and tape out and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna close up this gift card holder. All right, and we're gonna put a piece of tear and tape here and a piece on this side. All right. And then I'm gonna take my paper snips and just kind of lift up on that paper. All right, let's see here if I can get it. And then I'm going to close it, okay? So now I can get my hand in there and I can insert that gift card, okay? All right, so that little part is done. We are going to add a belly band. So let me give you the measurements for this. And again, after the video, I will post them. I'll try and post it to the same post. This belly band measures 1.5 inches. And I want to say 8.5 inches. Yes, it is. It's 1.5 inches by 8.5 inches. My ruler only goes up to 8, but it is 8.5 inches. And then you're going to score at 1.5, and let's see, where else? And at 5 inches, okay? So scoring at 1.5 and scoring at 5 inches, okay? Now, I like to go ahead and get some tear and tape on the belly band. So let's do that. I'm gonna put 2 pieces. I probably don't need to, but it'll just give it some extra strength. Let me go ahead and cut this piece off and get rid of that. All right. And I like to go ahead and wrap it around the gift card holder, okay? Because I do want to make sure that it wraps around just fine. Sometimes the scoring can be a little off, and we just want to be sure that it does fit, okay? So it does, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this paper off. And then I can attach this. Please let me know if you have any questions. I am able to look at the monitor, So if you have any questions, I should be able to answer them, okay? So there we go. There's our belly band. Now, as I said in the beginning, the belly band is the key. We want to embellish this so that we can slide it on and off of the gift card holder, okay? All right, so the next thing we'll do while we're at it is to go ahead and add the ribbon. And yes, we are going to do some stamping. It's coming in just a few minutes. All right, and you're gonna want, I would say, about 16 to 18 inches of ribbon, okay? And this Night of Navy ribbon is part of the Everything is Rosy set. It's part of that same medley, and you also get the Melon Mambo ribbon, all right? So I'm using the Night of Navy tonight, and if you prefer, this is the Melon Mambo, and this is kind of a ruched ribbon here. So, all right, and I am going to go ahead and trim my ribbon, and I'm going to cut it at a diagonal. And I'm going to cut this one too, okay? And I can even cut it shorter if I want. All right, so now at this point, we are ready to do some stamping. And I'll bring this little guy in so you can see it. All right, so you're just going to need some scrap paper for your stamping, okay? So in class, I had cut this at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But you really don't need this much cardstock to do it. So, you know, use your scraps. So, yeah, Lee, I love the Night of Navy satin ribbon. I wish they sold that separately. It's not in the new catalog either. So it's definitely an exclusive. It's exclusive to this medley. All right, I'm gonna wanna stamp about a third way down of this page, about right here. And the reason I want to stamp this far down is so that I will have enough room up here and below here to cut this out with the stitched shape, okay? And so let me show you the stitched shapes. They're right here, and I actually used number 1, 2, 3. I used the third one from smallest to largest, okay? The largest one is 4, so I use this one right here for cutting out this, okay? Now you're gonna also need a pink flower in Melon Mambo. And so I am going to stamp that right here. Ooh, I think I'll stamp it again. Hang tight. We will do it one more time. Okay, you're gonna notice there is some variation in the ink, and that's because this is a distinctive stamp set, okay? And the stamp set is available in photopolymer. All right, so now we're gonna bring in the Night of Navy ink, which I just love. Navy is just such a classic color. All right. And we are actually going to stamp this leaf right here. And we're going to stamp this leaf right there. Okay, so you have 2, all right? Good question, Lee. The Everything is Rosy medley is not in the annual catalog. It is only available this month, okay? The Night of Navy ribbon that I used tonight is only available in the product medley. So it's not in the annual catalog. That's a great question. Thanks, Jacqueline, for watching. Jacqueline, my daughter, helped me again tonight. I know at some point I have to do these on my own, but I just need her help with all of this technology. All right, so we are going to do some cutting out, and let me show you. These are the framelets, the Everything is Rosy framelets. And when you turn this over, you can stamp and cut out these shapes here. And then these ornamental shapes here are just for cutting out. They do not have coordinating stamps, okay? So that's what it looks like. And you know, I failed to show you the stamp set before we got started. So this is the Everything is Rosy stamp set in photopolymer, and I'm in love with the fonts. And so I really wish I knew what it was because it's pretty awesome. All right, so at this point, it is time to cut out these things and to cut out the little vine as well. Now, I've already taken the time to do that. If you're not sure how to do that, I'm happy to show you the sandwich for your big shot. Just let me know, and I can do that. All right, so I've already taken the time to cut that out. And then these are my other pieces as well that needed to be cut out. Hey, Debbie, thanks for joining me. You are so sweet to join me tonight. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull off these dimensionals. I've already taken time to put them on the back. And we're going to center it on this Melon Mambo oval scallop, okay? All right, let me show you where that is. These are my layering ovals, and so this is what I used. Yes, Lee, the die cuts and the stamp set are in the medley. Both of them are. I mean, it's a ton of product. So definitely go to my online store and check it out. This is the oval that I use, so let me measure it to give you an idea about how big this oval is, so you'll know what to cut. It's just a little bit bigger than that stitched oval. Hi, Sonia, thanks for joining and thanks for sharing. All right, so if you were to measure this oval scallop, it's measuring at about 3 1/4 inches. And let's see, at about 2 1/4 inches. So that's about the size of this scalloped oval, just so you know. All right, hi, Mary Jo. Thank you. I'm glad you like the gift card holder. I'm actually going to give it away this evening. So after I'm done, I'll be drawing names, and someone is going to get this beautiful gift card holder in the mail. All right, so we're actually ready to embellish, and I'm going to need my Stampin' Dimensionals. And they are right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on either side of the Stampin' Dimensional, just like that. Now remember, everything that we embellish has to be on this belly band, okay? So don't forget about that. Oh, you know something I did forget to do? You see this little leaf right here? I forgot to stamp that on this. So let me give you a few key points for this. I'm not going to stamp it now because I have this popped up and it would probably be uneven. But you'll want to stamp this leaf after you've cut out this die, okay? And then you can stamp that in Night of Navy, all right? And then you can pop it up on the oval. All right. Let's see. So I've peeled these off, or at least one of them. And now I am going to attach it to the belly band, okay? And let's go ahead and let's add this flower here. And I'm going to actually just use a glue dot. And I think I'll put it about right there, okay? Now we do have the embellishments, and yes, they are also in the product medley. So there's just lots of goodies in this thing. And remember, there are actually 60 of these on the sheet, and you're going to want to just kind of break the card to get that embellishment out, okay? And hopefully I've gotten the sticky part. And then I'm just gonna add that to the flower. Now, this has a little clear covering to protect it from getting scratched. So I've just peeled that off, okay? Remember to share the video, ladies, and keep commenting. All right, and let me know if you have questions. All righty, so now we're ready. We're gonna use some glue dots just to embellish. So I'm adding a glue dot actually to the front of the stamped image. And I can either put it here between the two layers, or I can add it to the back of the scallop oval, which is what I've done, okay? Making sure that it's attached to the oval and not the gift card holder, okay? And then let's go ahead and add this beautiful Night of Navy, whoops, little vine. It's really pretty. And I'm just gonna add a glue dot to the front of this as well. Let's see if I can, yeah, it's stuck on there. Okay, so I've just added a glue dot, and now I'm going to tuck this under that scallop oval as well, making sure that it's attached there, okay? And we've got one more little piece. So Lee was saying that the US price of $80 for this product medley, or maybe you're asking me, Lee, it actually is realistic. And I'll share with you what I shared with Hostess Clubs this past week. I have already made 65 cards and or projects with the medley. So actually I'm over 65 because I just made another gift card holder. So it does go a long ways. And let me show you what else is included. So did everyone get to see the inside of the gift card holder? I'll just slide it off so you can just kind of get an idea. And this is where you would slide in your gift card, okay? And again, you can get 2 out of 1 sheet of paper. All right, so I'm gonna slide this back on. I think I wrapped my belly band a little too tight that time. Okay. All right, so that's done. Let me show you what else is in the kit, all right? Of course, you're going to get 10 yards of the Night of Navy satin ribbon, and it is lined with the rose gold foil, okay? Then you're getting 10 yards of Melon Mambo. It's a little bit skinnier. You know, it's not as wide as the Night of Navy, and it's kind of got a ruched feel to it, okay? They might even call this like a ruched ribbon, okay? And let's see, you've seen the stamp set and the dies. It comes with 48 sheets of designer paper. Now keep in mind, your designer paper is 6 by 6 inches. You'll also get 8 of the rose gold foil sheets, and they are also 6 by 6. And then we have the rose gold shimmer paint. And next week for Facebook Live, I'm going to share some tips on shimmer paint and how to use this. Hi, Kathy. It's okay if you're late to the party. We're still partying. All right. So I think I've shared everything with you that's in the kit. You've seen the embellishments. You get 60 of these. Of course, the stamp set and the dies. Oh, I know something that's also included. Let me show you these, just in case you didn't see it last week. You will also get 2 of these sheets. They're also 6 by 6. You get 2 of these sheets, and these are great because they're ready to stamp. There's no cutting out of paper. And you can also color the flowers, and you can color them using the Stampin' Write markers, or you can use Stampin' Blends. Now, if you use our alcohol-based Stampin' Blends, if you color the foil, it will color, okay? You will not be able to wipe off that ink, okay? So our Stampin' Write markers are skinny ones that have been in our line for a really long time. They'll work perfectly for this. And then there are also 2 sheets of this, okay, which is more die cuts. So no cutting out of words, all right? Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I am gonna leave the measurements for this on Facebook and again over on my blog. Oh, I know, I had a tip for you. So the Everything is Rosy, what's left over, like all of the paper scraps, I have actually put in this clear mount case, okay? So this is what I have left over. And even with these strips, I certainly can make more cards with these. I mean, they'll just make really great embellishments. And I took the flyer and that became the jacket of the case, all right? So now when I want to use this paper or any of the accessories, it's right here in this clear mount case, okay?
Love and lets it show. One card at a time can really change the way we